All of a sudden, there's kind of more of a shriek. It seems a little bit louder. It draws everybody's attention away from the fountain. Daviak's kind of looking at that door that he walked up to, and Torben's kind of at the other end. Your guys' eyes meet, and it's kind of clear, like, okay, it's time to make a decision here. Which way are we going?
So wait, did we open this door down at the bottom?
No, the door's not open yet. So we heard some shrieks from the upper right. When I checked out the door at the bottom earlier, there was no noises or anything behind it.
Were they shrieks? Could we tell if they were shrieks of like pain, or are they shrieks of?
It sounds almost like an argument. Is what it sounds like.
Not.
Well, if there's more little goblin guys in here, maybe if they're arguing, we can get the jump on them. I say we go to the northeast.
1 sec.
Is that our only choice? Yeah. Okay.
Can I do a little stealth run into the northeast?
Sure.
If I spot anything?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Do a
Before
stealth check.
Vendy charges in.
Before the hero's hero saves the day.
Yeah, it's a good
I
point.
mean, you can definitely...
Yeah, why don't you back Vendy up and we'll do the stealth check. That's a good opportunity.
Right.
I'm a man of action.
Bendy's just seen so many battles. This is child's play.
Right.
He forgets that sometimes tactic and strategy keeps you
I
alive.
got a 17 on my stealth.
All right, let me
I get a +7.
let me do a quick roll of my own here. Okay, Dave, as you walk in, Daviak sees. Let me reveal some of this to you here. One sec. All right, moving these guys.
Oh, King Fatmouth.
Whoa.
All right, Dave, you come in, and what you see in the walls, along the back walls of this cavern, you see the cavern is just covered with crude drawings of goblins. In the southwest corner, or I guess that's the northeast corner, you see this goblin king sitting on a throne that's actually made of like discarded bone and animal parts, like, you know, chunks of bone with like fur still stuck to it, just gross. He's wearing a crown made of bones and feathers, chicken feathers, crap like that. And you can see that there are 4 other goblins in front of him, and they are arguing. And you can tell right away that one of these was the one that shrieked and kind of drew everybody's attention. The goblin king, the one sitting on the throne, you could tell just kind of glancing that he appears to be annoyed. That clearly he's trying to mediate some kind of trouble with his guys here. Vendy comes in behind you, and to your surprise, King Fatmouth, it draws his attention, and he looks up, and he says, "Hey, who are you?"
Is he talking to me?
He's
Talking to you, Vendy.
He's talking to you, Vendy.
Daviak disappeared.
I am What's my full name?
Vendithius, I think is it. It's your name.
I am Vendithius, the founder and the leader of the Volcano Lords. And I am here definitely to kill you and your little goblin friends.
Wow. Why don't you roll a diplomacy check? Get a d20, roll that, see if you've got a diplomacy skill bonus that you can tack onto
Let
that.
me check my character sheet real quick.
Yeah, you should have a diplomacy roll thing on your character sheet.
So we have not
Your
entered
skill tab.
combat yet. So if you guys are still, you can see that this dialogue has started.
I got -1 in diplomacy. I mean, evident by the fact that I challenged this guy to a fight right away.
So roll a d20.
Okay, hold up.
Torben, looks like you're stepping in as well. You'll have an opportunity here. You can sense that after Vendi kind of threw down an awkward challenge here, you're trying to see how it.
Oh, it doesn't go well, guys. 3.
A 4 with -1, 3.
Okay, so Torben, you can kind of see that Vendi's insult is starting to register.
One quick thing, Lubs, before you go on, just for you, Benel. When you have modifiers, so like when you're doing that, you can do /roll 1d20 -1.
Oh, I forgot to put the -1 in there. That's, yep.
And then it'll automatically do the modifier.
Yeah, the /roll just rolled it.
Yeah, you can do /roll, number of dice, number of sides, plus or minus modifiers.
So it looks like with my 3, I just told this guy to go fuck himself.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Where do I see my diplomacy? Is it like
It's under craft.
If you do not have diplomacy, you can just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Alright, let me see my charisma.
More diplomatic.
Modifier 0. Alright, I'll just roll d20. Let's see what happens.
Daviak, somehow you flash
15.
into the wall here, which is nice.
So, I'm trying to be diplomatic with this guy, or am I trying to intimidate him?
Well, your choice. Why don't you role play that out for me? What is Torben? Torben sees what's happening here, and you can see that King Fatmouth. What happens? You see it dawn on him that this old wizard has walked in, and when he simply asks, like, "Who are you? And what are you doing in my throne room?" Vendi throws down the "Screw you! I'm here to kill you."
Volcano Lord to represent.
You have an
I'll
opportunity.
say, yeah. Forgive my wizard friend here. He's a seasoned combat vet, and he's got an itchy trigger finger with his pyro blast. My name is Torben. I represent the Volcano Lords. And we're not here to start trouble with you, mighty and smelly king. We're here looking for Black Fang. Can you point us in the right direction? We won't cause you any trouble here.
You could see kind of he untenses the muscles around his gigantic jaw. They have basically tiny little bodies with the head of a freaking watermelon on them, giant jagged teeth. You see him kind of relax a little bit. You passed your diplomacy check, and he says, "Oh, you're here to see the dragon? Well, maybe I'll let you pass my throne room, and maybe I won't."
What is that supposed to mean?
He says, "The DM's working on his voices. He doesn't know what the hell his dragon's supposed to sound like."
Come on, Fatmouth.
He's screechy. How's that? It's hard to listen to him. He's got this screechy, super annoying voice. He says, me and my crew, we know about the Black Fang, and maybe we can share some things with you, but we want something in return.
What is it that you want?
Bendy just liked the better one. King Fatmouth was Scottish.
Hey, let me get a quick perception check while you, just the two that are in the room, Vendi and Torben.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
That's a D20, right?
Yeah.
I got a +3.
Test this up. Roll.
Okay, hold
Don't ignore that.
up. Okay. So 23.
Roll.
No, it's a 4.
Wait a minute. No. Look at.
What did he just roll? What does that say?
Why does it say 4?
He did a 1d20 and it got a 20. Then he did a 1d20 +3, and that got a 4.
Okay. So let's take the first one.
So it's a 23. It's
Oh,
20
nice.
plus
Press
3.
roll twice.
I guess you must
Why
have
do you get it? Why do you get plus 3? Oh, just perception.
That was not
Give them
intentional.
plus 3.
Okay, so Vendi, while this dialogue's going down, your eyes are kind of scanning the room. You can see that the source of the tension is just beginning to come up. Okay,
Okay.
that whatever Fatmouth is talking about now.
Is that something you're doing, Lubs, where it does like the little ping around him?
I held my cursor down on my guy, and it did that. It just seemed appropriate for the perception check moment.
For sure.
I like it.
So you also notice behind the throne there is another chest.
Oh, we want that.
This one's a little bit bigger. Something definitely to consider as you choose how to interact with this Goblin King going forward. Torben, you're having this dialogue with King Fatmouth, and what he explains to you is that he's been arguing, trying to incentivize his troops. That he's been using every name conceivable in the Goblin language, to basically, they're cowards, that they won't go investigate. His sister has run away with what he calls his dragon, and it's this very important artifact for him, and he's asking that the group, if you guys will go in search of this dragon, he will give you information about the dragon.
Could we?
So what is the artifact that he's looking for?
Yeah, can we ask him for a little more details beyond his dragon?
Oh yeah, he holds up his hands. He holds his hands about 12 inches apart, and he says, "My dragon, it's the number one artifact of my peoples. It's the source of all my power. It's where I draw my authority from. All these idiots think I'm the king because I have this." And all the other goblins are kind of like nodding along, right? They're simpletons. They're quite stupid, and you can tell that it's thrown kind of just the absence of this dragon. What again? He held up his hands about 12 inches, so you get the sense that it's some kind of object, and he's using the word quite literally. Some kind of dragon.
Vendi inserts a comment right.
I wonder if we could rule the Goblin people if we control the dragon.
What?
What's that, Dave?
I was saying, I wonder if we could rule the Goblins if we control the dragon. Since that's where he gets his power from.
You want to become the king of a goblin tribe?
I'm going to ask this king about his sister. Who is she, and what did he mean when she ran off with the dragon?
Well, she always had eyes for my dragon. Again, I'm a Scottish. I'm a wee Scottish goblin.
Is she trying to take control over the Goblins, or?
Yeah, it's
she trying to
unclear.
usurp him?
She was obsessed. He mentions that she was obsessed with it. That when it would flap its wings, she would squeal with delight, and that when he slept, she ran off with it. She'd always wanted to get away, and that he suspects that she went to the southwest, potentially to the Hall of the Webs, is what he calls it.
Now, real quick, you're describing this 12-inch thing. That is a dragon you're describing? Goblin? Scottish goblin?
Scottish goblin says yes.
That?
So was
So
the dragon a baby and it grew up? Is that what happened? She ran off with the dragon and now it's a big dragon out of control?
His dragon's different than our dragon. Because he said if we found his dragon, he'll tell us about the dragon.
That's right, Dave.
Can we ask? I want to ask you, Scottish goblin.
King Fatmouth. You will address me as King Fatmouth.
You will address me as your frickin' Death Lord if you don't shut up while I'm talking. I don't know how tough I am to talk that way, to be quite honest. But I want to ask you, Scotch Goblin. We'll do this for you, but we also want the treasure chest behind you as part of the deal.
No.
Okay, guys.
He turns away from Vendi. He doesn't want to talk to Vendi anymore. and he looks back. He's looking at his goblins, and he's getting a little squinty-eyed, looking at them, and you can see a little body language is kind of going between them. I would highly recommend controlling Vendi in this situation.
Davia tried to fly away, but he failed.
guys, okay, Scottish Goblin can't hear this conversation that we're
All right. Torben's gonna turn to Vendi and tell him, chill out a little bit. All right, King Fatmouth, forgive my friend here. What? So you're saying that you'll help us and give us information if we can retrieve this artifact for you, this dragon, from your sister who ran off with it?
Yeah, track her down, find my dragon, bring it back, and I'll help you with the dragon.
I'm as Daviak, I'm going to try to sense the motive of this guy, see what he's angling for here.
Okay, yeah, let's get some sense motive going on. Everybody can do that.
Boom, 25.
Daviak, you got a pretty good read from, you've been in the shadows watching this guy from the very first, you were the first guy to lay eyes on him. And you can tell his authority's hanging on by a thread. He's feeling kind of stressed out. He definitely is looking for you guys to get him out of a fix, one way or the other. He's either looking at you as a unifying force that he can sick his goblins on, or somebody that he can get to take the place of his goblins on this quest to go find his sister. So it's either going to be, he's either looking at you as an excuse to kind of get his goblins, they were going to fight each other anyways, now he can turn them on you guys, or he can leverage you guys into doing a task that he can't seem to motivate his guys to do.
So his guys are not willing to go look for the dragon, but they'll fight us.
Right.
Or we could potentially try to talk them into turning on him, saying they should be in power.
I like that idea.
Or maybe we could convince them to fight for us and come with us.
Okay. If you'd like to do that,
Yeah.
how do you propose to do that? Why don't we do some diplomacy checks?
Yeah, so which way do we want to go on that? Do we want to try to turn them on him? Or do we want to try to recruit them?
He has information that I don't think the little Gronk and Goop and Clark will know, so I don't think we should kill him until we have information.
Yeah, I agree.
So either we go find this artifact, we can tell him to keep them under control for now, we can go take care of his sister, get the artifact, and then maybe we can deal with him, get his information, and see if he's...
I don't know if I trust these guys with us. So yeah, I'd say we leave them here, go get the artifact, and then turn them onto him. They'll kill him, and then we should kill them.
Yeah, when we come back, we can tell him we want the info before we give him the dragon back. Once we have the info, we can try to turn them, because we have the dragon, which is a source of power.
So King Fatmouth steps up, he actually stands up on his bone throne, and he looks over. You guys are like in a huddle, kind of debating what you're going to do, and he says, "You there, warrior, what's it going to be?"
Alright, King Fatmouth, this is how it's going to go. We're going to go find your sister for you and retrieve this artifact that you've been talking about. But I'm going to insist that you keep your goblin crew in here with you and under control, or else you'll have my blade to deal with, and I won't be able to control Vendi here, and he'll unleash his full force and power on you.
King Fatmouth kind of nods. Says, I can live with that. I'll keep them here with me. My sister, she ran off down that passage through that disgusting fountain, down to the southwest in the caves. Good luck.
All right, well,
Bring me my dragon. Don't fail me.
Man.
I'm going to give him a last kind of intimidating look before I go.
Yeah, totally.
Letting him know I mean business.
Yeah, he's not making eye contact with you. He's
I'm going to let him know I mean business by cartwheeling out of the room.
Acrobatics check.
20.
That's a successful cartwheel.